Okay, so this is my third tutorial. I decided to do something a little bit different this time, and instead of doing a wearable look, I did something that was really, really Halloween-y, obviously. So this is a kind of zombie or dead something makeup tutorial, and I'll show you how to do some like really paled out dead lips at the end of my tutorial as well as the black. So if you want to learn how to do this, just keep watching. Bye! Here I'm applying Maybelline Dream Mousse in the color Porcelain. I'm applying it all over my face to get a really, really pale look. I'm not going to be applying any concealer because we are going to be later just extending the dark circles and making them very, very dark. And here, instead of using a regular powder, I'm going to be using baby powder on my face to really just wash me out even more. Here I'm applying Urban Decay Primer Potion in Sin, which is kind of a shimmery color. My first eyeshadow here is from my Tarte True Bloood palette. This is V, which is kind of a deep bloodish red. If you don't have that palette or you don't have a color like that, you can use a red mixed with a brown as well. And I'm going to be applying that in the outer V in the crease area of my eyelid and also underneath my eye to accentuate the dark circles. This is the color Glamour Me from the Tarte True Bloood palette. It's just a deep purple. It's kind of matte, so you can just use whatever deep purple you have. And that's what that looks like together. And here I'm just applying a matte flesh colored highlight. I'm just applying a little bit more of that Glamour Me in the corners of my eyes and then underneath my eyes to accentuate the dark circle. Here I'm taking a Lancome color. This is Intensify. It's just a dark matte brown, and I'm applying it down the bridge of my nose to create a different nose shape. I'm just going to blend it down the side of my nose, and then I'm just using a little kabuki brush to blend it out a little bit. I'm also going to blend the shadows on the top of my lid together slightly. Here I'm using a Lancome color in Dill on my eyelids, and the pencil is Ulta Automatic in Mousse. I'm just going to blend it out a little bit. The green will kind of create more of a dead look just because it's kind of it's not a bright green, it's kind of a yucky looking green. Just blending a little bit more here. I'm going to curl my eyelashes. You can skip this step if you like, but I can't actually see my eyelashes unless they're curled. And then I'm just going to apply a mascara. You can use any one you like. Here I'm applying Mousse from my Tarte True Bloood palette. It's just a shimmery green. You can use whatever you'd like to use. And here I'm starting to etch out my cheekbone area. I'm trying to create a sort of skeletal shape to my face. So I'm going to be using that Lancome Intensify, the very dark matte brown. I'm going to apply it around my hairline as well, just to make it look more in a shadow. I know it looks harsh now, but we are going to be blending it out later. For a very long time. And here's me shadowing, putting the shadow in my hairline. Just blending out that harsh line. If you blend a bit too much, you can always add a little bit more of the product and then reblend. Here I'm just using my regular bronzer that I usually use for contouring, which is kind of a light medium brown, and adding that in under my cheekbones to help sculpt the area, and blending it out with a kabuki brush. And applying more of the bronzer. This is a pretty long step to get it how I wanted it exactly, but I did want to leave a lot of it in to show you that, you know, not everybody's perfect, and I made a lot of mistakes in this and eventually had to go back in and fix it. And here I'm just connecting the shadow from under the cheekbone to the shadow along my hairline. And then I'm going to apply a little bit of that bronzer underneath my jawline to just kind of darken it. And here I'm taking a red lip liner. The one that I'm using is by Wet n Wild, so you can just use whatever you have lying around. Since this is a pretty cheap one, it stays on really, really well, actually. And I'm just applying it in my waterline to make my eyes look a little bit irritated and very creepy. To do the veins on my face, I'm going to be using 2 eyeliners from Wet n Wild. The first one here is Deep Blue, and the second one I'm going to be using is Plumberry, which is kind of a purple. And it's actually a lip liner, but you can use just whatever you have on hand. And you just kind of draw in the veins however you want them. This is kind of fun because you get to be pretty artistic and just kind of go for it and make it a little bit crazy. Here's that Plumberry. I used the same heaviness to my hand that I used with the eyeliner and got it a little bit too dark at first. You do have to go kind of lighter because lip liners are generally softer than eyeliners. I decided to add some of the veins in on my jawline as well, so I just am going back in and fixing that. Here I'm just taking whatever baby powder is left on my kabuki brush and blending out the veins just a little bit. I'm applying a concealer to my lips to give my lips a little bit of a dead look. And I don't actually show the full process, actually my camera cut out a little bit on me. But you do want to purse your lips and apply it to make your lips look kind of cracked. And this is a black, I'm using a black eyeliner as a lip liner because that's going to make my black lipstick stay on very, very well. And just apply it all over your lips and then fill your lips in. And here's just a regular black lipstick that you would get at any Halloween store or anything like that around Halloween time. And just applying that straight from the tube onto my lips. And here's the finished look. And my zombie face. And if you like this video and you want to see others like it, please rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.